just going to add some colour to these now. So again, what we do is we go from the darkest, so with the darkest colour down here, up to the brightest colour here. So white, I showed you in the last video where the sun was beaming down on this point here. So I really shouldn't have drawn that with my pencil. I should just have done it with the white, which doesn't really show here anyway. So start with orange at the bottom. Okay, and then it kind of flows into this slightly darker colour. And then we have yellow on the top. Okay. So that's trying to keep the showing that it's a curvy shape. And each colour kind of blends into the other one, into the next. Makes it look a little bit more 3D, along with the pencil as well. I suppose once you have the yellow there, then you can go over and try and make this your highlight, your white. Now it's not really showing in such a small drawing, but you might if you try it. And again, so let's pretend it's green. Because I've got some greens, is really the reason. So I've got 3 different greens. So I'll pick these 2. So I'll pretend it's on green cloth. It's going side to side. You can go heavy or light. That's another way of showing that there's a difference in it. So I could go heavy here. So that's one way of showing there's a shadow. Just go heavier with your colour. Okay, or I could go for an actual darker colour. So I suppose a mix of both. I might do heavy for this patch, and then, or sorry, different colour, darker colour for the really dark bit, and then just go heavier with the same colour as this. We'll just go a bit heavier to finish it out. Showing it's kind of gradually getting less. There you go. So, and I'll just kind of looks a bit too, just kind of faded in a bit. So there you go. There's shadow and shade there. Let's try. I said this was dark blue, blue and dark blue. I wonder, do I have blue and dark blue? I do, I think. Yeah. So we'll go with these 2. And this is for pretty much light blue and dark blue, whichever we'll go with it anyway. So you just sweep through, and you're going to fix it after. Again, this could probably use a visit to the pencil there. When I'm doing my art, I kind of prefer to just kind of keep twisting the nib so it kind of pairs itself. Sometimes that does work. So we have our light blue, and now we're going to do our dark blue. So just kind of the same idea. Follow them, trying to stick inside this shape here. I'll just kind of blow it out a bit, all the way to the end. But I'm going to copy the other idea of using this colour but leaning heavier. So go right into the middle there and do the same. And shadows don't have to have real detail on them, so it doesn't matter if they're fuzzy edges. Okay. I'm showing you there as well with the shades, so let's do purples for this. Let's do the top being this nice colour here. Lilac, light purple, I think it might be lilac, I don't know. And then we've got two more levels of purple here. Now again, if you don't have different shades of the colour, you can just lean heavier. So I'll go with this one, I suppose. Yeah, this looks like a good match. This one looks like the light version of side. Just change your direction if you want to smooth it out a bit. Okay. And I'm going to draw kind of a clear line across there. Just there. Now I'm doing leaning harder on this side to show you the different ways of doing the shadow and shade. And the bottom may well be the darkest, so I'm going to just put a little more down there. It's usually the darkest shadow down the very bottom, where there's no light getting to it. And then the same idea with this, this being the highlight, so we can just kind of have a line of highlight, I suppose, along here, as if this is the brightest patch. Now, again, you can't really make it much of a difference, but every little bit helps. Now let's go for some use two pinks for this one. So this will be the light pink. I suppose this is the dark pink, is it? No. I'll go for red. Pink and red. So pink all the way through. And then red over here. So I can lean heavy with the red down close to the cylinder and then kind of ease off as I come out. It's got that curve shape on the top of it. I can lean heavier with the purple or with the pink for that. So two ways to get that shadow, either a darker colour or the same colour but lean heavier. Okay, what colour will we do this one? Sort of run out of different colours here, I think. Yeah, I suppose we'll go back to do some blue, I suppose. Because we did that for the shadow there, we'll do it for the cylinder this time. So darkness over this side. Very darkest here. Because the light's coming from the opposite side. And then I can kind of go easier as I come out around the cylinder. Okay. And again, I can do the other option, lean more heavily over this side, as heavily as I can, and then as I come across, I'm going to go lighter. So So I will pair this one because it's acting a bit silly on me. So I'm just going light over here with the light colour. So leaning lightly with a light colour is just going to give you a faint sort of colour. Leaning heavily with a dark colour, that's good for very darkest patches. And again, same idea, I can go for a light colour on top. Now if the light was coming from up here, then this would be dark colour on top, but it's actually coming from this kind of upper end. So again, I can choose a highlight spot. It's not really working, but the white would be its brightest point. Okay, so it would be obviously over here because the dark patch is over here. Okay, so give those a go if you like. See if you can draw some 3D objects in your house.